It's okay to be foolish sometime. It's okay to be foolish sometime. Lord, you know it's okay to be foolish. Just don't be kazooless. It's okay to be foolish sometime. Now it's just fine to be clueless sometime. It's just fine to be clueless sometime. Hello and good Monday afternoon. I want to welcome Steve in Australia to the workshop, Paul in Massachusetts, and Jiafan in Canada. I know that's a nickname. I believe it's Adam, but anyhow, Jiafan in Canada. And what we got is 5 kazoos total. Now the oldest order is the one that will get finished first, and that's on this end down here. And I work that way. The newest order is on this end down here. So I'll be starting with Steve in Australia, and Steve has these first 3. He has a Reformer Fat Boy, a Hungry Hummer, and a Didgeridoo Kazoo. And what we do now is I'm going to be doing a demonstration of the sound. You won't see very much of your kazoos being made in this part because all I've done up to now is drill some holes and cut some lengths of wood. Your next videos will be unique to your kazoos, and will actually show it being shaped into the final shape of the model kazoo you bought. So what I do is I do a high-low and a power test. High-low checks the dynamic range, and the power test checks the control when I put the power to it. So we'll start out with high-low test. Nice dynamic range and great control through the range. And now let's do the Aswego jig as a power test. A lot of power and great control when you put the power to it. Fat Boy is one of my most popular kazoos, especially with performing musicians. And now we have the Hungry Hummer, which is pine with a hardwood top, and we'll do the same test on it. Great control, great power, and beautiful dynamic range. Now we come to the unique kazoo of this batch, the Didgeridoo Kazoo. And if you'll notice, there'll be some still pictures where you can see the mouth hole of the Didgeridoo is considerably larger than the mouth hole of a standard kazoo. And this way you can do some sound effects with the Didgeridoo Kazoo that you can't do with the other kazoos. Now we think that the first kazoo that was made in America was made by an African American by the name of Alabama Best, and we think his design probably came from the design of an instrument that was used in Africa in tribal ceremonies. It had a membrane like the kazoo does, except their membranes they would use spider egg pouches and leaves, different natural materials. So we're going to play this just like a regular kazoo first, and then I'll do it like the Didgeridoo Kazoo next. A lot of power, great control, and a beautiful dynamic range. Now one thing we think that the African instrument was used for was to disguise voices in tribal ceremonies. So I'm going to talk into this Didgeridoo Kazoo and disguise my voice. I'm just going to say, hello, happy kazoo. And you can blow it like the Australian Aborigine instrument. I never can pronounce this thing right. A didgeridoo, where they use the lips on the end of it like you would your lips on the mouthpiece of a brass instrument. And I'm going to play it like that. I'm going to play a song like that, blowing it like I would a trumpet. And now I'm just going to make some of those weird sounds like I heard in a movie one time where a African instrument or a Australian instrument was being used. Much like that Australian instrument. Okay, now let's go on to the next order, which is for Paul up in Massachusetts, and Paul's getting a Slim Jim kazoo. Paul, we're going to do the same sound test on your kazoo. Great power, great control, and a beautiful dynamic range. Now we come to a really unique kazoo. This is the Special Edition convertible Fat Boy. Now it's convertible in two senses. Senses, is that a word? Not sure. But in two areas it's convertible. One is with this kazoo, you'll be able to mount it in a neck brace on either side of the resonator cap. On the standard kazoos, they mount up front. And with this one, it has two resonator caps. This is an acoustic cap, and this is an electric cap. Kazoo sells a electric pickup for the kazoo, and this is made to fit that pickup that's available at Kazoos. And I'll do a demonstration of the amplified way with it with my kazoo pickup in the final video. I'm not going to put it all together for that this time. So I'm just going to test it now with the regular acoustic. A lot of power, great control, and a beautiful dynamic range. And this one also comes with a matching kazoo stand, so you can display it on your desk or on your shelf. Alright, I'm going to start now. Like I said, I'll be working on these three here next. I hope to get these finished by with the first application of beeswax by tomorrow at lunch. But as soon as I get these three done, then I'll go on to the Slim Jim, and then I'll go on to the Collector Fat Boy. Okay, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your visit to the workshop in the next few days while I make your kazoos. I'm looking forward to having you. If you have half as much fun watching as I do making them, I'll be a happy camper. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next update video.